You may be forgiven for thinking that the structure behind me does not belong in a city like New York, but in fact it does. It is called the High Line, and it is essentially an upscaled railway line that's turned into a green piece of architecture that is an example for how we should be using our architecture at home and everyday objects to make something as beautiful and as awesome as this.
We all need to escape the hustle and bustle of daily life sometimes, and in South Africa, we often don't have to go far to get out into the open and soak up the great outdoors. But not the same can be said for these New Yorkers. Of course, there's Central Park, but now the naturalization of structures and spaces in other parts of this busy city is becoming rather vogue. The High Line is a 1.6 kilometer long linear urban park built on a section of the former elevated New York Central Railroad, running along the Lower West Side of Manhattan. The park was designed by a New York-based landscape architecture firm with planting design, lighting design, and engineering input from all over the world. This park takes recycling to a whole new level. Excuse the pun. Revamping this railway line has not only prevented the space from going to waste, but has created an entirely eco-friendly, elevated greenway for city slickers to escape to when in need of a little R&R. It contains over 210 species of plant, from different types of grass all the way through to birch trees. The epay timber used to make the built-in benches comes from a managed forest certified by the Forest Stewardship Council to ensure sustainable use and the conservation of biological diversity, water resources, and fragile ecosystems. There are multiple layers within the living roof, including a porous drainage layer, gravel filter fabric, subsoil, and topsoil. Materials used in the High Line were selected based on life cycle costs. Special long-lasting concrete has been used in order to reduce the waste caused by later replacements. Parts of the High Line also use recirculated water, and plans are underway to harvest rainwater from the roofs of nearby buildings. The park also helps to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, as well as urban heat. And energy-efficient LED lighting elements are integrated into the High Line's railings, lighting the park's pathways at night. And fun fact of the day, some chase scenes from the film I Am Legend were filmed under the High Line back in 2007.
The New York High Line is a great example of how science and technology can bring us closer to nature. Tomorrow I have another location, it's a secret, and the only way you can find out is that I am dropping clues on the O-Zone from 3 to 6 this afternoon on Good Up FM with SeanO. You gotta stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I'll check you guys tomorrow. Back to you in the studio.